I have just returned from Buckingham Palace, where I accepted an invitation from His Majesty the King to form the next government of this great nation. I want to thank the outgoing Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. His achievement as the first British Asian Prime Minister of our country, the extra effort that will have required should not be underestimated by anyone. And we pay tribute to that today. And we also recognise...
Yeah, I'm not going to put you through all of that. Hello, this is going to be about him. Starmergeddon, it is here, folks. It is here. That was day one. That was his first ever speech. Excuse the voice. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Let me just get into the stream on my phone so I can give Joe a spanner. Hold on. Voice is still croaky. Honestly, it's bloody virus, eh? Everyone's got it. So my voice goes... Sorry. My voice goes, I apologise. Anyway, welcoming everybody. How are we all doing? Good to see you all. We're going to be talking about Starmergeddon. Now, if you're not in the UK, you may still want to watch this. Just give me let me know how the sound is. Is it loud enough? Because I'm a bit croaky. Do I need to turn the gain up a little bit? Let me know in the chat if I'm a bit quiet because I'm poorly. Let me know. If you're not in the UK and you're in the USA, you've got this to come, folks, if you vote in Kamala Harris. You think that Joe Biden was bad. They couldn't get away with much. Oh, thank you. Is it Saladin? It's really hard to see on the screen when I'm on StreamYard. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Right. In Ireland. Oh, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. If you're in the US, you vote Kamala. You've got this and more, okay? Now, older Creepy Joe, we all know he wasn't really in charge. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Selwyn. Hi, Lee. Hi, Alan Edge. Hi, Terry Knowles-Band again. Hi, Dr. David Bull. It's been a while. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Maltese. Hi, Lee. Now, we know he really wasn't in charge. Everyone knows that. This guy couldn't run a battle, let alone a country. Talking about Creepy Joe. Hello, Ninja. Hello, Saladin. Saladin. So we've now got, you've got the choice of now the Obamas, who were the ones who were really in charge. Let's just admit this. And Tony Blair's in charge of our country right now. Hi, Rach. Hi, Jen Love. You're going to get full blown this. And for the ones who aren't in the UK, if you're in the US, you'll see. I'll show you some of the things. Now, I know I've had a few people contacting me from High MK Ultra. Sorry, I cleared off my wrenches. Just bear with me, guys. Hang on. Might be a sec. Dr. David Bull's in the house. It's been a while. I seen you made your first post on Threads. Hello, Maltese. How you doing, my friend? New hobby. Hello, Jenna. So you guys may or may not have seen some of the things that's going on in the UK from the US and point of view. So you've probably seen, jailing rioters, but there's some other things that he's been up to that hasn't been on the mainstream media. Hi, Yvonne. Two Yvonnes. Hello, Yvonne. Hi, Furry. Hi, Peaky. There's been more things. What we're going to do, it's been 2 months now, and we're going to do a review and we're going to look at what he's been up to so far. And you guys can let me know if you think this guy's doing well or not. Now, his opinion rating is the worst opinion. Hi, Candice. His opinion rating is the worst it's been since February. This guy is not popular, okay? Labour did not win the election. Conservatives lost it heavily. I think only 30%, some people say 20, some people say 30% of the electorate voted for this guy, and it was the lowest turnout since, I think it was like 100 years or something. So this guy is not popular. Right, how are we all doing? So we're going to start at the beginning, which is why I wanted to start here. So this was his first ever speech. And he talks about how amazing everything's going to be. And let's just listen to another few seconds. I'm not going to put you through it all. I'm going to try and look at this. It's going to be difficult because I can't stand him. But I'm going to try and look at it impartially as a person who is looking at it for the first time. It will help our American friends. And also, I can sit here and I can just slag him off right now because I fucking hate him, right? I can sit here and I can slag him off and I can say I hate him. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you his policies, all of them so far. And were they in the manifesto is the big thing. Because when you have a manifesto, you are giving the country, you're saying, look, if I get to be in power, this is what I'm going to do. So it's a bit like a CV to the country. When you're going into election, you say, right, this is what my policies are. Now, they never do them all, right? But they at least have a go at the first sort of like 6 months. They have a go usually. And they'll say, right, this is my contract with you. This is what I can do. This is what I'm going to do. And you get me in and I'm going to give you this. So the few people that did vote for him, and there's very few because I don't know anybody apart from a couple on here. I don't know anybody in real life that voted for him. So the people that did vote for him, did you get your money's worth? Was letting people out of prison early in the manifesto? We'll have to see, won't we? Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Hello, Free Speech. Saladin, good to see you. My friend, I've not seen you before. Are you new? We welcome all new people. Space Cat's here. Is Rose here as well? Rose, we need a little bit of sanity. Now, I know some people say, Penny, we don't want to know about this because see it on the news. Look, guys, hello, Nanny Love. I'm going to give you, then they play fighting. Hi, Julius. I'm going to give you the I'm going to be unbiased if I can. And I'm going to give you the actual what he's been up to because some of them you might not have heard of. Okay.
Good. We will show that. We've changed the Labour Party, returned it to service, and that is how we will govern. Country first, party second. Yet, if I'm honest, service is merely a precondition of hope, and it is surely clear to everyone that our country needs a bigger reset, a rediscovery of who we are, because no matter how fierce the storms of history, one of the great strengths of this nation has always been our ability to navigate a way to calmer waters. And yet this depends upon politicians, particularly those who stand for stability and moderation, as I do, recognizing when we must change course. For too long now, we've turned a blind eye as millions slid into greater insecurity. Nurses, builders, drivers, carers, people doing the right thing, working harder every day.
So basically, all the people that work hard every day, you work hard, you're going to get far. That's a conservative policy, isn't it? Anyway, this is the worst type of socialism. Okay, some of these socialists, there's some socialist policies in the UK that are good, right? Because people go, oh no, you're a socialist. Well, what do you think that the NHS is? That's a socialist policy. The welfare state, that's a socialist policy. There are some people who are, there are some socialist policies that work. Now, he's the sort of socialist. Doesn't give a shit about the country. He's a globalist. And that's exactly what he is. Real socialists care about the country. You look at China, right? I'm no fan of China, but do they allow people to come in on boats every day, taking over, replacing their actual indigenous population? No. When you go to China, when you look at China, do they all look the same? Yes. Exactly. So that they love their country. They have their flag. and they love their flag. In this country, you can't even have your own flag. You can fly every flag other than your own, and you're called racist. That is to me isn't socialism. It's some weird fucked up globalism, and that's what you've got to come under Kamala Harris. Okay, so let's have a quick look at some of the things that he did first of all. Now, we were warned about STARMERGEDON. Again, I don't know anyone who voted for him. Admit it here. Did you vote for him? Hello, Unity calling. You're not in trouble. Don't worry. I never judge. I do my best. Rose is here. Sorry, Simon. I'm just trying to catch everybody who's coming in. My voice is dreadful, so just bear with me. I hate streaming when I'm poorly. And we're going to go through some of the things that he's been up to. Now, the first thing they did on day one was they scrapped the Rwanda plan. Okay. Now, I've never been a fan of the Rwanda plan. For those people who don't know what the Rwanda plan is, it was a... Hello, Bellius. I'm still looking for someone who voted for him. The thing is, right, surely, right, eyesight, surely, yeah, out of a group of 67 people, hang on a minute, George is mounting. No, that's not how we do things here, George. Hi, so even. Surely after a group of 67 people here, right, there should be somebody who voted for him. Loza B, hello. And there's not. There's nobody. Anyway, so the Rwanda plan. Day one, they scrapped it. Bless you. High rate. That was Gizmo. Space Cat's here. Sharp. Oh, God. Guys, does it sound bad? Hello, Fairy, my lovely. I know I'm not very well. When you say sharp, what do you mean? Is turn the gain down? So I can turn the noise. I can turn it down a little bit. Turn down a bit. Let me know, folks. Settings. Hello, Bet. Hold on a minute. Audio. I voted reform. Hello, that hurt. As did I. Oi, stop. Stop. Right, I'm going to try and turn something off. Let me know if it sounds better or worse. Okay, let me know. Right, here we go. Testing. Testing. How does that sound? Is it sounding different? Testing. I've turned the echo cancellation off. You don't need it unless you've got a guest. Testing. Hello. Is that any better or is that any worse or is that the same? Let me know, guys. Apologies for the mic problems. Is it too quiet now? Okay, we'll put it back on then. Hello. Testing. How's that? What's this automatically? Oh, I'll put automatic mic volume on. Let me know how that is. Hello. How's that? Is that any better? I didn't do anything different. I turned something off and on again. How's that? Is that any different? Oh, was it? Is that any better? Or is that... Yeah, you like that? Okay, great. Right then. Yeah, okay. So, the Rwanda plan, very brief overview. Hello, close to 7 Pink Ninja. A very brief overview of the Rwanda plan. Now, we have given... Hi, Maltese. Hi, Rhoda. Hello, darling. We have given... I think it's 84 million. It's around 84 million pound so far, right, to Rwanda. Hello, little Miss Sunshine. Now, under that plan, we're given money to a country that has been deemed safe. Now, that's debatable, okay? Been deemed safe. And they're going to build the facilities. And then what we're going to do, all of the migrants that aren't in need, as in they're not women and children who come over, they're usually working age men, fighting age men. We've got to deal with them. Hello, Amethyst, to send. Hello, Saskia, to send the migrants to Rwanda. And they can set up a new life there. Hello, Ginger Alley. Now, I've seen some of the videos for it. They've built some amazing centres, you know. It's hot. it's a mostly Islamic country, though I think there are Christians as well. So, you know, some people wouldn't mind going and living over there. Some Brits do live over there. So that was the Rwanda plan. I thought it was silly at first. I spent a lot of money on it. I built facilities and no planes got off the ground. We sent more foreign secretaries to Rwanda than they did actual migrants. Now, the Rwanda plan, they'd spent 84 million. They built the facilities. The Rwandans were ready to get the first plane full. And Labour came in and they scrapped it on day one. Now, hi, Linz. Hello, darling. Oh, hello, sweetheart. So let's get this straight. The money'd already been spent. Labour scrapped it. Now, they did say they were going to scrap it in their manifesto, so therefore they haven't broken their manifesto. Fair enough. But they did scrap it on day one. Now, the money's already gone there. The money's been spent. We've built the facilities. They should have just tried it. If it was day one and there was no money spent on it, then yeah. But the money had been spent. Now, lo and behold, 2 or 3 days ago, Germany are going to use it. Germany have said, you know, Germany, who was supposed to be this, you know, the globalist EU state, moderate, love the immigrants. They've had a lot of problems with immigration, a lot of crime and whatnot. They're going to use it. So if it's good enough for Germany, the EU, who Starmer loves, why isn't it good enough for us? So the taxpayer have paid £84 million, get your head around this, £84 million to Rwanda to build these facilities. And they are nice. I've seen them on the TV, obviously, not in real life. I ain't been. And the Germans are going to use it. Go figure. Starmer, what are you playing at? So that was the first policy that he actually did. But that one was in the manifesto. Now, the way I see it is, at least he said he was going to do that, right? Again, I'm no fan. I can't stand the bloke. But he did say he was going to do that. So at least there's one policy that he said he was going to do. Now, did he say that he was going to release a load of prisoners? I think not. So I think it was day 2, Kier Starmer. Let me just get the article up. Just bear with me a sec, please. Day 2. Day 2 or day 3 came in and he said, the prisons are full. We didn't know that. We didn't know the prisons were full, didn't you? That's a new one on me. No, we didn't know. All right. That's how long have they been talking about this? How long have they been talking about the prisons being full? So he came in and he released a load of prisoners. I think the first set to go in September, so this month. They're going to release, I think, was it 200,000 or something? Or no, sorry, my mistake. 2,000. Hello, Real Super Doctor. I'm going to be seeing some chat, but not all. I can see Fairy's asking me a question. Let's see who this start, please. I don't know, actually, did I? Hello, Bellas. So I'm not really seeing much chat, guys. Just bear with me, please. God, I'm still full of this, whatever it is, cold thing. So the prison system. Hello, Lily Bell. Now, Labour came in. Oh, we didn't know the prison system was bad. Oh, right, okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to release a load of prisoners. Now, in that release, there ended up being, well, a good question I asked was, will Alex Belfield be released? Now, he's not a violent criminal. He was, whether you like him or not, his sentence was ludicrous. I'm sorry. And again, I'm no fan, right? He did something nice for me and Jack once, and I'm very grateful for that. But I'm not a fan of him, okay? And as you can see here, this article, this was from just a few days ago. Now, this is under their new prisoner release scheme. And a good question is, and I will be writing, we could do a freedom of information request, couldn't we? Will they be releasing Alex Belfield? Because after all, They said they're going to release non-violent, non-scary criminals. Now look at this. Kier Starmer set to free domestic abusers under Labour's new early release scheme. Do you feel safe knowing that there's going to be domestic abusers set free? Yeah, send it me furry, darling. You couldn't make this shit up. Yeah. Yeah, just reading the chat. We're going to have sex offenders. This is just one. This is their latest one. But under the early release scheme, they were going to release thieves, robbers, what they said was non-violent criminals. So if you're just a little bit violent, you're okay. But if they're just going to keep prison for murderers, hopefully, PDF files. Hello, Heat Jack. Don't always go in anyway. So will they be releasing Alex Belfield? We should all be asking that question. I don't know whether Kate, what's her name? What's her face? Well, I can't remember her name. Katie, what's it? His mate. Can't think of her name, but I am not very well, so bear with me. I got fibro fog. Why can't someone help me out here? Why isn't she fighting for it? Where's Alex? You know, will he be released? I doubt it very much. Hopkins, thank you, MK Ultra. I love you, darling. Thank you, sweetheart. Hello, Amma. Yeah, that's another thing as well. That's another thing we wasn't told about, but we have to wait first to see whether that happens. Thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. Don't know why I forgot her name. Hi, Saskia. So under this scheme, because domestic abusers are set to be released from behind bars under Labour's new early release scheme. Space Cat, does my mic still sound sharp, by the way, darling? Let me know. We've got some communist Pingu. I've not seen you for a long time. How you doing, my friend? Comes in and says, as part of my job, I work with a lot of prison officers who are in the prison officers, I don't know if that's association, I don't know, POA union. And some of the stories I hear are shocking. Yeah. A lady I know, her boyfriend works at the local prison as well. We actually have a prison not far from us that is a Cat A. It's they've got all the, it's got that, all the baddies in, some of the jihadis and everything. Thank you, love. And Katie's in touch. Yeah, she is, Joe. You're all right, my love. All right. Okay. Got puppies. You want to go to bed? Hold on. Let me sorry about this, folks. I'm just going to make a little gap for George. He wants to go to bed. He always sleeps on my bed, don't you? Mummy's on the bed. Right. Come here then. There you go. Judgy. Guys, if you're wondering if you're new to the channel, I've got a 15-week-old and a 12-month-old puppy. So they're on the bed and they want to go to bed. Right, okay, make a little bed then. Okay. Okay, Judgy. Sorry, guys. Hello, Ted. How you doing? Judgy Pudgy. No chewing mummy's new microphone. No, Richard Butler will not be very happy. No, he won't. No, he won't. Right. Okay. So the government, what they're calling it the SDS 40 scheme, could see prisoners automatically freed. So we're talking about Amma. They're talking about automatically freeing. So there's no picking and choosing. They're saying they're not going to say, okay, you can go, you can't go. If that's the case, then Alex Belfield should be freed, because they're saying they're not going to pick and choose. It's automatic on the crime. It does to me. AI will know more, but it hisses on the S. Oh, God. AI, you listening? Gibraltar. Hello, Lynn. Oh, my first Gibraltar viewer. Well, that we know of. Oh, I love Gibraltar. Hello, welcome. So, AI, can you let me know what's going on with the mic? Hello, Cassandra. How you doing, my darling? Good to see you. Oh, my boys. They're always attached to me. They're everywhere I go. I can guarantee if I weren't in here, they'd be in another room where I am. Mummy's boys. So, they're going to be free after serving between 40 to 45% of their prison time. Now, usually they're set after 50 anyway. Among the 1,700, I think it's going to be less than that, but there you go. Among the 1,700 set to walk free next Tuesday are a man who told his partner he was enjoying attacking her, and another two strangled his partner and broke her jaw, the Times reports. This is Starmergedon, guys. This is what Kier Starmer is doing. He's releasing people who have done these heinous crimes, and he's releasing them early. Another one, Connor Shaw will only serve 13 months of his prison sentence after subjecting his partner to years of mental and physical abuse. He was originally sentenced to 32 months behind bars after breaking her jaw, strangling her, and threatening to throw acid in her face. 32 months. Now, guys, have we got any viewers outside the UK? Specifically the US, but basically anywhere? How long would you say in the US for that on average? I know you don't know exactly. You know, that should be, hello Wonder, that should be a really long prison sentence, surely. Furry, can you send me that please, darling, on a messenger, darling? 32 months he's going to be let out. Now that poor woman, look at him, that poor woman, look at him. What a thug. And that lady who has been subjected to that, she's got him coming out early on Tuesday. Hang on a minute. Tomorrow. This was last week. Tomorrow. So how long is it going to take until one of these prison early releases reoffend? Will it come back to haunt him? Will he give a shit? I don't know. Just having a quick drink of my tea. Might make a video on that, Furry. Thank you. It just looked nasty. So I'm just having a quick drink of my tea, guys. Boys, stop. Boys. Stop. Okay, stop the play fighting. George wants to go to bed. Wow, this is awesome. Glad many of you know Gibraltar. I don't know it, but I love it. You guys have got my full support over there. We don't give them enough. Is it something like the Jersey MP looks after Gibraltar? Look at this, another one here. These scumbags, we can show their faces. The faces are in the newspaper, plus they're already convicted. So there you are, Wanderer. How you doing? You are very well. Is it your first time watching, Lynn, or just your first time chatting? Guys, if you're watching in the background, come on in and say hello. We don't bite. There's lots of moderators. Once you become a regular, you get one anyway. Don't be scared. So another abuser will be granted freedom, serving barely half of his sentence, is Shane Riley. The then 44-year-old said he was enjoying assaulting his partner as he punched, kicked and headbutted the victim in her Soham home when she broke off their relationship in June 2020. He only served, he was sentenced to 23 months for causing ABH, common assault, making threats to kill, criminal damage. He will serve less than 9 months. Inmates now behind bars will be set free after serving only 40% of their sentence, lowered from the previous 50% in a fresh bid to tackle prison overcrowding. Now, oh, I know, Amethyst. Hello, Martin. I'd have to have the female neutered. But these are the only breed that I know. How you doing, Rose, my love? These are the only breed that I know, and that the breeder, because he's bred poodles. He's got a Bichon. He's got the new Bichon to breed. He said this is the only breed he knows where he can have two. Yeah, you're right, Simon. It is. Hello, Tone Doll. Where you can have two boys together intact, and they play fight. They don't fight. Okay, so you get the picture, guys, right? You get the picture. They are releasing people early. So this was on the second day or something. Hello, music. This was on like their second day. Hi, Andy. That they decided to release all these prisoners. Okay. Well, that's great. That's wonderful. We're going to have all these baddies on the streets, but at least we're going to have some places for some new baddies, right? Wrong. They filled them back up already, and a lot of them are on remand waiting for their places to come up tomorrow. They've already been convicted and they're waiting, or they're on remand waiting to be convicted of the terrible crime of swearing at a police dog. Not very nice. I love dogs. I love animals. I love all animals. But is that a prison sentence? Watching riots. So there's people who've been watching who look like they, I don't know, thought police. Did they think this is good? Did they think it? Thought police. Guilty before charge. Yeah, we'll get into that as well. How you doing, Lil Georgie? This is linked to Project Adder, in my opinion. Hug a hoodie. Oh, do you remember that? Was that David Cameron or was that Tony Blair? Or can't remember. Do you remember that one? I love it when Penny models a towel on her head. I had a towel on my head last night, so I haven't got one on tonight. Shouldn't wash your hair every day, guys. It's no good for it. I love how you say baddies, Penny. It's like the Dukes of Hazzard. Well, they are baddie. It was Cameron. I thought so. Yeah, I actually have T-shirts with that on. I'm not sure whether they took them off. When I get round to it, I'll sort the store out properly. I know people are always asking me for T-shirts, but there are T-shirts. I went with T-Mill, and they are really good quality, but they're not the cheapest. Hello, Tone. I have the lowest level of percentage possible. I think they send me like 50p or something. I'm just reading Music for Truth. Welcome as well. Are you new? Can more on and is austerity? Yeah, we'll be in more austerity now. So we're going to get into that now. So we're going to start looking at, so he announced the Rwanda scheme to be planned on the planned Rwanda scheme to go. Then he decided to, AI, if you're watching, can you listen to the microphone? I might have to wait till after the stream now, Space Cat, my love. So we haven't even gotten to the winter fuel payment yet. Now, if you remember the rioting, now I'm not condoning rioting, right? Okay, like I am very much against it. I was at the time. Some people said to me, Penny, why aren't you supporting? We've taken our country back and we've been wanting to do this for a long time. People have been talking about this for a while. And I said, no, it's not the way to do it. You don't get violent. You used to come in before. Why do your channel looks familiar? Music for Truth. I remember you now, I think. Yeah. Welcome in. Who's naughty? Right, I'm missing some chat, so just bear with me. I'm going to do my best to see the chat. Further, I'm going to make a video on that, what you sent me down. So let's get to hear what Kier Cars or Kier Starling has to say about the rioters.
They will be safe. We're doing everything we can to ensure that where a police response is needed, it's in place. Where support is needed for particular places, that is in space. Obviously, it's a difficult situation with disorder going on in a number of different places at the same time. But that is precisely why I held my second COBRA meeting today, to coordinate the response and to get the assurance that I want and need that we do have adequate police in place, that we are able to cope with this disorder. But the message has to go to those who are involving themselves in this disorder, which is you're wrong, you shouldn't be doing it, and you will feel the full force of the law, as I hope we've been able to demonstrate with these swift prosecutions.
So now, like I said before, I'm dead against the writers, right? It was stupid, and I do think there was a lot of I can't say that word, provocateurs. Is that the right word? In there, I think that you're going to get some idiots. Now, I've heard stories. I don't know whether they're true or not. I've heard Lee, excuse me. I've heard stories of people seeing idiots being bussed in. Oh, thank you, close to 7. I'm probably going to have to do it after though, because I've or do a separate video because I've got all these articles lined up, you see. And if I start, I've just been thinking, if I start going elsewhere for stuff, I'm going to get muggled up. Yeah, that's the one, Andy. What Andy said. Hi, Michael. So now this started off with a horrific crime, the murder of 3 little girls. And I'll never forget this. People were sending me this name of this person, and it wasn't even the right name. And I refused to run with it. And thank God I did, because YouTubers have been arrested. Do you know this? Actual YouTubers have been arrested for talking about it and saying it was a good thing to do. It was foolish. I called it out from day one. I said, do not get violent. This is from the 7th of August, by the way, when the riots were just stopping. They were just happening and they'd stopped, I think. So it was a stupid idea. It was never going to get anywhere. But do you know what? Do you know, and I said this before, this was going to happen as soon as Labour got in. But if Labour should have got in a few years ago, and then it wouldn't have probably turned to violence. And I know this sounds insane. No, I know YouTubers as well, Joe. I won't name them. Because what happens is, not the riot should have happened, obviously. Labour should have got in years ago, because while we had the Conservatives, you still had the left, far left, saying, we want to be more left. You've got a Conservative government in, you can't complain. And so many of your ordinary Brits stayed quiet because they always thought, well, we've got the Conservatives in, it's better than Labour. That's all people ever thought. And they just did what they were told. Now, if Labour would have told them to put face nappies on, I don't think they would have done it. I really don't. So they just went along with everything. And now Labour are in, and it's like it woke everybody up. It's like it was like, hang on a minute, these lot are in now, these are going to make it worse. And it was just frustration. And a lot of the damage being done was by kids, idiot children, absolute idiots. But, you know, watching a riot, you know, thinking about, you know, you're watching it and you're thinking, are you thinking this is terrible? Are you thinking this is good? A thought crime. There's people being jailed. And I'm going to get some examples up in a moment. So this was on the 7th of August, guys. And it says the Prime Minister said those being caught being involved in riots. Hi, Matthew. Across England and Northern Ireland can expect to be rapidly processed. Now, we had tweets from the Home Office. My boys are both asleep now. Oh, my boys. Tweets from the Home Office saying people were guilty when they hadn't, and having their mug shots plastered over social media by the Home Office. They hadn't even been convicted, and they had their, slander isn't a crime, but you can get civil injunctions, just saying. They had their faces plastered all over social media without being convicted. Now, in any other world, in any other scenario, that wouldn't happen. Right? It'd be contempt of court. You'd have to throw the court case out. But the government did it. The government did this. And no one's going to do anything because we know we're going to end up being put into jail. if we do. No one can do anything. It's just the most bizarre situation. I do feel like I am living in the Twilight Zone. So he chaired a second Cobra Committee emergency meeting, and he was expecting substantive, can't say that, sentencing. So one of the first people, hello North Country girl, to be jailed, James Nelson, 18, of Bolton, is thought to be the first person to be jailed for their part in the disorder. He was convicted of causing criminal damage in the town and given a 2-month prison sentence. This was the early days, guys, okay, before they thought, you got done for just standing there. It is understood there are at least 30 potential gatherings planned for Wednesday. That never happened in the end. The police are aware of, but they believe the situation is manageable. The unrest began. I won't need to read all that. It tells you why the unrest began. But it was such a bizarre situation, because why were people they weren't rioting because of what happened to those little girls. They were rioting and they were protesting because it was the final straw. We've been gaslit by by previous government, this government, because you had the Manchester bombings. Now, when that happened and our children were murdered in cold blood, we were told, don't look back in anger. Let's light a few candles, sing Kumbaya, and put your lighters in the air, and everything will be okay. There was no anger. We had the London stabbings. We had 2 terrorist attacks in London in 2017. Do you remember when they drove a van into crowds and ran along Westminster Bridge, hacking at people? And then we were told when they went into the bar area on a Saturday. I remember watching this. on the news unfold. I think Jack was only 3, 2017, yeah. And I remember sat there with Al, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I was scared. I'm not going to lie. I was actually scared. I was scared for my family in Birmingham. I was scared living even up here. I kept thinking I was going to open the curtains one morning and see jihadis running around the streets. Honestly, and we were told again, don't look back in anger. It's don't, and then they've just gaslit us. Look at Lee Rigby. There's that young drummer lad. He'd just come home. He was slaughtered, his head cut off. Look at little Emily Jones, 7 years old. Her head cut off in front of her parents in the park. Oh, it's mental health, mental health, mental health. That's all we ever hear. So I think this had come to the point where people heard that 3 children, hello Braid Runner, 3 children had been killed. The rumours, incorrectly, they were all wrong. It wasn't an immigrant who'd just come over on a boat, which is why I wouldn't run with it. So many people told me to do video on that and I refused, thank God. And they lied and said it wasn't. Now, the person who started that in India, he's been arrested. It was like they gaslit us as a nation. And they told us all these times, don't look back in anger. And when something happened, this time it was you can argue whether they're really Welsh or not, but they were born here, okay? And by the law in this country, if you're born here, you're classed as from here, okay? So I'm not going to get into whether that's right or wrong, but by the eyes of the law, he was Welsh, okay? So, he didn't have Welsh heritage, but he was born here, okay? He didn't come over on a boat a month ago or a week ago. It was all lies. So, all the times when it was illegal immigrants doing it, we were told not to do anything. And it was just the final. Now, if that would have been an immigrant and those riots had happened, something I do wonder, would they have been as heavy-handed? They let the Indian guy off. Oh, good. Yeah, because it wasn't him either. He was just apparently. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying, that I don't want to get, hello, MG. I'm back now, but I left the UK. It's scary, isn't it, darling? Good to see you back, sweetheart. We missed you. So anyway, so this was the 18-year-old lad. Now, yeah, he's done something stupid, right? If his criminal damage, I don't know what he did. Did he put a window through or what? Why can't they be this heavy-handed on actual criminals? So you get, right, for example, you get a group of youths in a town centre and they go and they put windows through on a business, for example. Will they get jail time for that? No. Therefore, this is two-tier policing. It's political policing. And if policing and courts become political, you are no longer living in a democracy. And that's a fact. You cannot deny facts. That's just a fact. Hi, NH. Hello, Zero. Good to see you, my friend. I've not had Telegram for a while, so anyone who's messaged me on Telegram, guys, I've had issues with it and I need to uninstall it and install it again. So anybody here, I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to try and get it sorted. So this two-tier policing, it is. It's not my opinion. Yeah. It's a fact. You go and smash up someone's window, you go and walk into a shop and steal, you won't go to prison. But if you go and smash a window as part of a protest against something the government doesn't like, you go to prison. Oh, thank you, Joe, my love. Thank you, sweetheart. It's really kind of you, darling. Thank you. Appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you, darling. So that's political policing. Now, when the BLM riots happened, which were absolutely disgusting, let's not forget they went on during the summer of 2020. Oh, I'm very careful, Zero. I am literally looking at facts here. I'm not even giving an opinion, my friend. I'm reporting on articles and I'm citing all my sources. So this one is in the BBC. I will link it. I always link my sources in the live chat. So if you're watching on the replay, pick up the replay crew. If you wait for the live chat to process, you will have the sources. I'm very careful what I'm doing. So they were idiots. Now, if you look here, right, you look on here, that England flag, that's the Antifa. This was the 30th of July. This is a BBC video. I'm off, another bully with spanner. Who's bullied you? What? No, no one's blocking anybody, Heat Jar. I promise you that. I promise you. You've only been in a few times. You'll get a spanner soon. Hi, Malice. Where's your Tommy gone? That's funny. I don't know what's going on in chat. Touchy. It's all right, Mo. We've just gone to lie on the floor. So I do think, yeah, you got Antifa sign there. Look, on the England flag, Antifa. What's that about? I think that a lot of them were busting. A lot of Antifa agent provocateurs. That's it. I said it right. Were busting. So this was on the 7th of, I think this is August, and they were talking about it all at the end of July. Now, it stopped pretty quickly. Okay. Oh yeah, because Julius Zero is the guy who's from Lithuania. How you doing, Candice Mello? So all of this was going on. I covered it. I did cover it at the time briefly, but I didn't go into too much detail at the time. I'm glad I didn't actually. But obviously in hindsight, we're allowed to talk about it now. I talked about it at the time, but I did not in any way condone it. Violence is not the answer. Peaceful protest is the answer. So a lot of that was idiots. It was young kids and it was idiots. And if they wouldn't have turned violent, they couldn't have done anything. They couldn't have. It was so frustrating. I was saying to people, don't do anything criminal or violent. If all of those people had just stood there and protested with placards, and I know it's frustrating, but they can't do anything. Exactly, Nanny. They can't jail you. You have a right to protest. But like the BLM riots, one of the idiots punched a horse in the face. Punched a horse in the face and broke its jaw. Where was the outrage? Now, while all of the BLM rioters were going on, we had Kier Starmer and Angela Rayner. I can't stand her either. I hate them all. She was taking the knee. They were taking the knee for George Floyd. So they were actually supporting the violence. Now, whether you agree with that or not, yeah, whether you agree with the knee and all that shizness, and you agree with what happened with George Floyd, you know what, the person who did it wasn't even, I think he was Hispanic, wasn't he? He wasn't even bloody, as far as I remember, he was Hispanic, he wasn't white. But anyway, this is what we had. Okay, I'm going to get it up now on the screen. This is what we had going on when police horses were getting hit in the face. This, guys. Again, for those of you who aren't in the UK, what happened with Heat Jar? I can tell you now, no one's been timed out. No one's been blocked. Do you know what? It helps me with the blue because I can see the chat better. I can see them. I know they're vile, aren't they, Wanderer? When you've been in a while, and I know who you are. See, if you don't have an avatar, is why it takes me a bit longer to know who you are. I've known like Lee, for example, for like 5 years now. He doesn't have an avatar. Anyway, but yeah, so while police horses were being punched in the face and had their jaw broken, officers were beaten, stabbed, broken bones and whatnot. Hello, Julius. Well, that was going on. These pair were taking the knee for George Floyd and for Black Lives Matter. It's a Marxist organisation. Now, there was a lot more crime that went on during the Black Lives Matter protests. And let's not forget, it was the summer of 2020 when everybody was locked up. That's another thing no one talks about. We were all locked up. We were told that we couldn't go outside. Someone timed out a comment. I can't see that comment. What, did they delete his comment or time him out? Hello, Elaine. I can't see anyone that was timed out. Another bully. What's somebody else has bullied him? Is Space Cat here? Can she tell me what happened? I'm going to have to take all the spanners again, aren't I? I'm going to have to. I don't like to, but I'm going to have to take them all and just give them to people that know how to use them. Oh, there wasn't timed out then. It was just one of them held for review things. Yeah, I tried to show it, but it wouldn't let me. YouTube's got a glitch. No, Heat Jive, it's still here. That wasn't us, that was YouTube. There you go. So it wasn't anybody in chat. I could be a troll for all, Bunny Girl. No, you've messaged. We've messaged before. Again, I've known you years. You're the stamp man. Yeah, it's YouTube. Thank you, Rose, for confirming that, my darling. Yeah, Heat Jar thinks it's someone's bullying him, and it's not. It's YouTube bullying him or her. So anyway, so they were doing this while there was riots, and we were locked up. And people need to remember that. It was during, we were told, right, that everybody was going to spread. You couldn't be more than, was it 6 foot, 2 meters? Sorry, because you have to do the European way, the metric. You couldn't be closer than 2 meters. People were dying in care homes and they wasn't allowed to say goodbye to their loved ones. They had to hug them through. Got a call from Scummers. Oh, you mean Scammer? We had to hug people through plastic, you know, when people were in care homes, they were really dying. Yet banging pots and pans and all this shit, right? And all this was going on. I had to have my bunny, and I can't really talk about it too much because it's still very distressing now, but I had to have her put to sleep. And at first they wouldn't let me hold her. They said, you can't come in the room. You have to just pass your animal at the door and take them away. And I said, she's 8 years old. 8 years old. I've had her from a baby. I'm holding her. And they said, we've got to put her to sleep. I said, I'm holding her. And I refused. And do you know what? She let me. The vet let me. And I reckon she got sacked for it, because when I rang back the following week, I rang back to ask her something. They said she's gone. She said, I'm not allowed to. She says, but I don't care. She was in tears. The vet was in tears. She was in tears. It was so sad. My little girl. And the vet said, do you know what? I'm going to break the rules and you can hold her. And I held her. And I said, you are not taking my little girl away from me. She needs to be with her mummy. And so many people I spoke to had the same thing. They had to have pets put to sleep and they were taken away. So all of this stupid stuff, these stupid rules, signs in supermarkets, walking one way round Asda is going to stop you from catching this virus, apparently. But the BLM rioters were allowed to look how much they were together. They were all spreading their germs. This was the summer of 2020. And that is what people forget about. And it really, really makes my blood boil. And these pair was writing for supporting the rioters. And you know, you can get into, hello, Mr. Button, you can get into what George Floyd, you know, he wasn't exactly innocent, was he? He was a criminal. I'm not saying he deserved to die. Of course he didn't. But someone got knelt on, a white person got knelt on just 6 weeks before that. I'm sorry to hear that hurt. Yeah, it was horrendous. How you doing, Mr. Button? A white person, I've seen the video, it's horrendous, got knelt on and nothing happened by 2 white police officers. Police officers are scum in America. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. And here, you know, and doesn't matter what colour you are, it's the working class. Thank you, Sweet Freedom. It's the working class against them. It's not about colour. And the BLM riots were all about colour against colour. And we should all be standing together regardless of what colour you are. And that was just so wrong. But let's not forget, I don't want to get into it too much, but he was full of drugs. But what happened to him shouldn't have happened to George Floyd. It was disgusting. But why were we rioting in this country? It wasn't even in this country, and beating up police horses and all that stuff. And yet you've got these pair taking the knee. It's wrong. You don't judge, but you've been on and you've spoke. I think Judas is a little bit behind. James Ells died from Star Wars. Yeah, it's all forgotten about Real Super Doctor. And it really, really pisses, honestly. And there was the riots in 2011 in Tottenham. Me and Al were in London at that time. We were staying in London. We were terrified. We were actually in that area. We're in North London when that happened. So it's just constant two-tier. Now, the only people that are going to... People are scared to protest now. And as usual, they ship in their, you know, the generic Nancy scum off our streets people. They call everybody a Nazi who doesn't agree with them. Anyone write a Karl Marx is a Nazi. It's just sickening. It really is. So yeah, Starmergedon is truly here. I'm actually in my element because I'm really into politics, and sometimes I like a good moan, but I don't like to moan on YouTube because I think too many people run negative channels, and we all like a bit of a moan, and I like watching some negative stuff. Not negative, but you know, if someone's having a moan or they're letting it out, I like to watch it, but I don't like to be the one doing it, if you know what I mean. So because I'm doing a stream on him and I'm just giving you all facts, I'm not just giving you opinion, I'm able to have a good moan. It's helping me, getting it all out, getting it out. Right then. Where else do we have? Now, all the while, so far we've had yeah, I do as well, but I don't like to moan too much. If you guys like me moan, I can have a weekly moan if you want me to. I really need to get back into streaming properly. Like I've had summer off basically. Yeah, it's a distraction. Everyone's far, isn't it stupid? Even people that are far left, they even called Jeremy Corbyn far right because he didn't want the lockdowns. You couldn't make it up, could you? Anyway. Okay, so the first thing he did, like I said, was he scrapped the Rwanda plan day one. Again, I'm no fan, but the money had gone into it. The money was spent. It had already been spent. Why not just go through with it now? Second, he released all the prisoners and put other people in jail. Now, that one, releasing the prisoners, wasn't in the manifesto. But he never knew the prisons were full, apparently. Yes, he did. We all knew. We all know. That's what I'm saying, Lee. I don't like being angry these days. I like to keep things positive. I really do. Oh, I will do. Doing what? Webcams. Aurora. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like the webcam streams where we choose a location and we just go for a nose as well. I like them. Anyway. Right. So now, this is something you may or may not have seen. We haven't even gotten to the winter fuel payments yet. We might have to do this in 2 halves, you know. So this was the 19th of July. So we'd been in about 2 weeks. Okay. Bunny Butt Friday. Yeah. Do you know, I did not invent that. I cannot take the credit for Bunny Butt Friday. It's been going for years and years and years, probably at least 20 years. Focus on this. No, focus on that. Yeah, exactly, zero. Oh, he's a Fabian and he's a globalist. I'm going to do part 2 of my Fabian stream, but I want to get some more research together first, because there's a few things I don't want to talk about it without any I've got my suspicions on a bit more Fabians further afield. Anyway, this is another thing. Now, I don't know if this was in the manifesto, right? Because this is another globalist line. It's funding this puppet here. Zelensky, the comedian who played piano with his Mr. Winky. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky meets Starmer's cabinet to appeal to support. Oh, Bri. Oh, mate, it's been so long. How you doing, my friend? Oh, thanks, Bri. Bri used to come in years ago. I've not seen him for ages. Oh, I love it when people come back. Do you know why a lot of people don't come back? Because they like me talking about this sort of stuff, and I don't talk about it often enough. Oh, thank you, Em. And they like me talking about politics and current events and current affairs and all that. And they come in for this. And then if I don't talk about it for a while, they disappear. I'm really glad you've come back, Bri. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind. Thank you. Now, you guys know how I feel about the Ukraine war. I've been talking about this from day one. It's just a farce. I'm sorry. And as far as I'm aware, that's still legal to talk. I don't know. Can we criticise? Can we criticise that yet? I don't know. Can we not? I don't know. But anyway. Oh, yeah, Elaine. Thank you so much, Bri. Appreciate you. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much. Right, my brain's starting to go foggy now because I'm unwell. Right, Ukraine. Okay, so he came begging, as he does, and he was applauded by Kier Starmer's cabinet. I wonder if Space Cat's gone. Hello, Willie, Communist Pingu. Hello. Yeah. I wonder whether Space Cat's gone because of the microphone thing. When you do these shows, you're on my fave news channel. Ah, thank you. I did used to do weekly news shows. I know, guys, like I said before, the summer I've been out a lot, and family comes first, and friendships, and getting out and about, outdoors with family is what we should all be doing. Yeah, Space Cat was here, but I think the mic might have hurt her ears. Right, so we're going to watch this short video here. Now, again, I'm sorry for putting you through this, guys, but we have to go through it. We have to go through it. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I could just make
fluffy crumpets.
Oh, we've got an ad,
45p at Tesco.
Oh.
Ideal for delicious crumpet French
All the
toast.
supermarkets
dessert,
are available.
Disguised as breakfast. Sweet.
Nom.
That's true value. Only 45p at Tesco. Every little helps.
All the supermarkets are available. There's got a pair of curtains on it.
I know I speak for every person in this room, the whole government, in saying you have our unshakable support. As I told you last week in Washington at the NATO Council and yesterday at the EPC, we will stand with you and the people of Ukraine for as long as it may take.
Britain, your people, would not only stand by us, but also help bring victory closer. And I'm grateful that British self-respect and your love of life have always resonated.
He's reading it. Now, why would he have to read it from a bloody card? Why would he have to read it? He just goes around the world with his begging bowl. It's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. And now they're invading. Thanks again to Bri K. Have you gone, Bri? Was it a blink and miss it? Or oh no, there you are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ukraine are now invading Russia. You couldn't make this shit up. And I've been talking about the Ukraine situation for a long, long time, since before the war happened, if you want to call it a war. And there's a lot more to this than what people think. A lot more. What the Ukrainians were doing to the people of the Donbass region, the ethnic Russians, they were ethnic cleansing Russians. That's what they were doing. And the Russians had enough. They had enough, and they kept saying, we're going to come over. We're going to come over. We're going to protect these people. This did not need to get to war. And I believe in Trump when he said this, that it wouldn't have happened under him. All they had to do was, all the adults needed to get together in the room. Yeah, since 2014, exactly, 0. And Putin went to the UN and asked and said, look, can you step in and stop this? Let's not forget that a lot of these brigades in Ukraine are actual real NAZI. I'm not doing a phone in now. Maybe at the weekend. Maybe we'll do it on a weekend. They have 0. They have. And it's horrific. So, and the people of Ukraine, you know, your regular people, they're being killed. How many Ukrainians have been killed in this war? It's absolutely disgusting. People on both sides are being killed. And there could be peace in that region if the adults come into the room. Do you know what? All they had to do was say, right, it looks to me like you've got a load of Russians. Hello, Anglo-Saxon. Oh, thank you, my friend, my brother from another mother. Oh, thank you, my Anglo-Saxon brother. That's really kind of you. Thank you. So all they had to do, now I don't know if it's, am I being stupid here or what, was just draw up with some adults, with some other neutral countries, like, you know, some countries that haven't got a stake in it, like the US, because Ukraine's run by the US, you know, that's just a fact now. They could just move the border over a bit. So if there's a load of Russians living on the south east of Ukraine, right? Oh, really, Elaine? Yeah. Why has an Anglo-Saxon got a wrench? Sorry, I wiped him off. Sorry, I've just realised. All they had to do was move the border to encompass the Russians into Russia. I don't understand why this is so difficult. That's all they had to do, was just that. But obviously not the Russians do it, or not the Ukrainians do it. Some neutral countries, right? Or, I don't know, the UN, they could have brought China in as some people who like Russia, some people who like Ukraine, and then some neutrals. Some of the African nations, maybe, you know, not just them. But, you know, move the border. That's all they had to do. This guy runs around like Action Man. He wears these little clothes. He's just a puppet. It's all he is. He has to read from a card. If you're a leader, you have to read from which country am I begging in today? Oh, yeah, it's Britain. Let's look at the card. Oh, yeah, Britain. Thank you, Britain, for everything you've done. And then it's off to Canada, or it's off to the US, or it's off here, off there, everywhere. He goes on these little world tours with his begging bowl. And where's that money going? And where's Greta Thunberg? What about all the stuff that goes in the sky from all these bombs? What about all that? How much CO2 is coming out of all these missiles and bombs and everything that are setting off? It's just a joke. It really is. Just move the border. Let Ukraine... if there's a load of people living in Ukraine, and the Russians have taken the Donbass anyway, just draw it over and just move the border. Everyone's happy. It's just nuts. Totally nuts. It's like if a load of Welsh people were being killed by us on the border. Let's just say Wales and England were separate countries now, and you've got your Shrewsbury and your Telford, right? You're Overspill. Let's just give you an example. And there's a load of Welsh living in Telford and Shrewsbury, but it's classed as England, even though you're on the border of Wales. And we were bombing them. We didn't like them. Draw the border over and put them into Wales, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. But no, We can't do that. We've got to give billions and billions away and take, well, we've got no money. We can't afford to heat our homes, but we're going to give billions and billions to go up in smoke, literally into the air, CO2. I love Wales as well, but, you know, I'm a big North Wales fan. Anyway.
In your leadership, truly meaningful.
You having to read, you idiot.
Helpful. And Britain has taken good steps, and every new move you made strengthened our men and women.
I don't know what Julius is behind, I think.
Our successes. And
there is no voice
legacy, first of all, our greater political opportunities.
Not a democracy,
our resilience as a nation, an army, and an entire society. And in Moscow, they know that you in London have decision-making power that can steer this war towards its end.
That was terrible. I'm sorry. He's no true leader. He's just a puppet. That's all he is. He's a puppet. Yes, Joe, I do. Yeah. South Wales is, there is some very nice people in South Wales, but there's also some not very nice people in South Wales. But yeah, exactly. You're in South Wales. I've got a couple of friends in South Wales. The reason why I love the North is because I spent a lot of time there as a child. Passage from the North as well, isn't he? Right, okay. Yeah, he's just reading from his script. That's all he's doing. So we give, let me just double check the amounts we give to Ukraine. So that was on the 19th of July. Okay, he came over with his begging bowl. And then, let me just check the date on this. There was a press release just before that by the UK government. This was on the 10th of July. It's just before he came. UK to stand with Ukraine. This was 6 days after he got in. Real, yeah, big up Real. The international community cannot waver. So this was from the government, the new government. Prime Minister recommits 3 billion a year of military support for Ukraine until 2030, 2031. You couldn't make this shit up, folks. Oh, thank you. That one's gone a bit cold, so. Space Cat says my mic was a bit out and I was asking for you to help, but you obviously weren't listening. Oh, you're so supportive of your wife. Sorry? You hear enough for me, don't you? So I suppose you get a break from me when I'm streaming. I'm not talking to you. He's laughing. he doesn't have to listen. Oh, Tawin, yeah. Talibont as well. Talibont. Big up Talibont. Love Talibont. That's sort of the middle, isn't it? Do a phoning, but with that stoner. But not with that stoner. What stoner? What? Oh, no, won't be with him. No, he's not. He's not coming back. No stoners are coming back. Georgie. Sweetie, can you listen to my mic, please? Because Space Cat said, Space Cat, are you still here, darling? Something about the S's. He's lovely. Do you know it was our wedding anniversary yesterday? We've been married for 12 years. 12 years. Hi, Madza. Anyway, so 3 billion until 2030, 2031. So this was official from the government, look, see? So when he came over with his begging bowl and taken the winter, yeah, we're going to get onto that in a minute, Dapper Dog. And let's not forget, they're on about taking, they're trying to, they've still gone through with the, what's it called? PIP. People, disability money for people who are genuine. Oh, thank you, close to 7. I know, poor Al Rose, you get less for murder. You'd be out in 15. Hello, Jackie, darling. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, our anniversary yesterday. 26 years, says Fairy. Blimey, they do less. No, can we not talk about that? Because I don't want to give any attention to anybody who isn't here. Oh, thank you, Saskia. Thank you. There are Russians living in, I don't know what that says. They offered it back. You're talking about Lithuania? I'm getting distracted by the chat. Yeah, Charlotte Church. Oh, thanks, Joe. Oh, thank you so much, darling. Hello, Brum Vixen. I've only just been able to join in. Was you unsubscribed? Because I had an hour subscribe mode on. Was you unsubbed, Brum? They keep doing this to people. Oh, thank you, Joe. That's really kind. Thank you, everybody. Oh, thank you. Right, I'm going to get on because I'm getting distracted again, which is very easily done. But thank you so much, Joe. So basically, him coming over and reading that bit of paper was just for the press. That's all. Oh, okay. Are you all right, Brum? Because sometimes people do get unsubbed and then they can't chat for an hour. So here we go. NATO was founded by the generation who defeated fascism. They understood, and hang on a minute, wasn't Hitler a socialist? Just saying. Those values are under attack, blah, 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 blah. Putin needs to hear a clear message ringing out from this summit, a message of unity. Look, they said it was going to be over in 6 months. It's been 2.5 years and still nothing's happened. This year alone, the UK has committed 200 new air defence missiles and 300 million worth of advanced drones, 50 new sanctions to suffocate profit streams. Russia is doing great, just saying. Russia's economy is doing great. Is it the Rubin? Rumble? What's it called there? Honestly, I've got, because I'm not very well, I've got brain fog. So all the while, okay, we're giving all that money to old the comedian there. The winter fuel allowance. Now, was that in the manifesto? Nope. But there's a black hole. He keeps talking about the black hole. No, left-wing communist, right-wing fascist. You can't have a left-wing fascist. Because communism is everything's owned by the state. And you don't own anything. Two different things. They're both kind of like almost meet in the middle, like the left and the right. Far left, far right sort of meet in the middle. Right, I'm getting distracted by chat again. I don't think he helped labouring at all. Look, we have at the moment 5 Reform MPs, and it's looking like Suella Braverman is gonna. Oh, can you imagine, Jenna? It is looking highly likely that Suella Braverman will be joining Reform. You heard it here first, folks. That's what I'm hearing anyway. But watch this space. Remember, I said days before Farage actually run that he was going to run. No, I think it was 2 weeks before. Anyway. She has to. She's got no choice. She can't stay in that party anymore. And also, guys, right, also, Labour, they've got that big vote coming up on the winter fuel allowance we're going to talk about right now. Oh, thank you, sweet Freedom. Oh, I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't think you guys would want to hear it, but I really appreciate that. That's really kind. Oh, thank you. You guys are so kind. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Oh, thanks, guys. You make me cry in a minute. Exactly, that hurt. Oh, it was yesterday. It was 12 years married. Yeah, 12 years. I got mixed up. I thought it was 13. You know. Yeah. Okay, right. So the winter fuel allowance. Now, there's going to be a vote. I think it's tomorrow. Okay. If the Labour whip tells its people, oh, was it your birthday yesterday, darling? Oh, happy birthday for yesterday. Many happy returns. Yeah, same as your birthday. If Labour go against the Labour whip, there's talk of them having the whip removed, which means they will be thrown out of the Labour Party. So let's just say if 50 people, let's just give you an example. Let's just say 50 MPs tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, but I'll double check, vote against the government to cut the winter fuel payment for. Not everybody, it's going to become means tested, which I think it should be anyway. But I think the means test is a bit too low, in my opinion. Something like 12, what is it? If you're on less than 12,000, I think it is, you get it. I think it should be more like 15 to 20,000. But anyway, it is tomorrow. I was right. Okay. Thank you very much. So if 50 MPs, Labour MPs, don't go along with the government, they could lose the whip, which means they'll be thrown out of the Labour Party. What are them 50 MPs going to do? They're going to become independent. Are they going to join Reform? This is how this government could topple, right? People keep saying to me, Penny, we've got this for 5 years. Yet technically we have this government for 5 years, but he can be toppled because if his own people start turning against him. Because remember, Labour is traditionally a socialist, working class party. Oh, thank you so much, sweet Freedom, my love. Are you a boy or a girl? I meant to ask. Right. He's got a socialist party. And he basically is a globalist. He doesn't give a shit about this country. He's even said it with his own mouth. He actually said, what's more important to you, Davos or Parliament, Westminster? And he said Davos. Silk and pearl, yes. I got mixed up. I thought it was lace. But it's not. Oh, well. He's a globalist, yeah. It's not original. So his people don't want this. Now, the Tories were talking about doing this, and there was absolute uproar, and they scrapped it. But he's doing it. So there is chances. There is chances to get rid of him. Just saying. If let's just say 50 MPs don't go along with this vote tomorrow, and they lose the whip, which means they won't be able to be in the Labour Party anymore. They're going to be independents. And if they all go to Reform or they all go to Conservatives or whatever, yeah, it's going to change. Parliament can change. Look at Theresa May. Look how quickly they got rid of her. Anyway, so let's just have a quick look at this winter fuel. Now, basically, a really brief overview. Now, this was not in the manifesto, the winter fuel. Okay, I'm going to end on this. There's probably some more that I've missed, but we can always cover them in the next news show. I've been going an hour and a half. I've had enough of this already. This is Starmergedon. Again, I'm trying to just bring you facts. It's really difficult because I fucking hate him. But so far, I've brought you what he's done. And so far, anything we've looked at, is there anybody here who thinks that he's helping anybody in this country? Let me know. You might be some people who think these are good ideas. Now, the winter fuel cut, I've always been supportive of this, but having it higher, having the threshold higher. So basically, before, if you were a pensioner, I think if you're over 65, hello, Jeffrey, let's just say you're over 65, yeah, you'll get this payment. I think it's 200 for a single and 300 for a couple. All right. Ease that hurt. So you're getting that regardless. So you could be sat in £1 million mansion and you'll get £200. Right? Is it 60? It might be 60 actually. Might be 60. Hang on, I'm just having a bit of my tea that AI bought me. Hold on. He might be 60. Can anyone find out? Is it 60 or 65? What's happened to Julius? I don't know what's happened. Doesn't it fly, Lee? It just flies. Well, that's the pension age, but I'm on about the winter fuel allowance age. Isn't that different? Yeah, wonder, but we have to get facts on that. Excuse me. I will be live on budget day when he's delivering it live. Okay, we'll be here. Hello, Justine, sweetie. Anyway, okay, so at the moment, and well, before this got slashed, everybody, every single person got this money, even if you lived in Spain. Now, I'm being told that the people live in Spain won't even lose it. I don't know how true it is. So you live in a really hot country and you're over 60 or 65. I don't know which one it is for the winter fuel allowance. I think it might be 60, you know. You get it. The king gets it, folks. The king, everybody. It was just a blanket benefit for all old people. Now, for many, many years now, I have said, yeah, there you go. It's 80. 80. Yeah, but that's the new one. Oh, 58. You've got to have been born before 58. That's not 80. That's 66, isn't it? Yeah, is that right? Thank you for calling. I don't think it's 80. Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted again. So the king gets it. Everyone gets it. MPs who are old get it. Lords gets it. Everybody gets it. What's happened, Sweet Freedom? I've missed something. It's okay, Dapper. So it should be, I believe it should be means tested. But what they've done is they've means tested it so that anybody who gets over, like, I think it's £12,500 to £13,000 a year, I'm just reading, I shouldn't read the chat, it's distracting me, won't get it. I think it should be more like 15,000-20,000 a year, because a lot of people, if you're only on £13,000 a year and you're a pensioner, that's not that much. But a lot of them are sat on houses as well. I know that number, MK Ultra. A lot of them are sat on £1 million houses. If you own a house in London that you bought in the 60s, yeah, that you paid about, I don't know, 10 grand for back then, it's worth £1 million now in London. Yeah, 13 grand. I know, Jenna. It's difficult when I'm doing a show, right? And I'm presenting stuff on the screen and everything, and I read chat. It distracts me a lot. I try not to read it, but I can't help it. So this is where we're at now. Now it's going to be means tested. Now I think it's wrong the way that they're doing it. I really do. But I do believe that when I worked full time, I was always very supportive of looking after our elderly and our disabled. If you are able to work, if you are physically and mentally able to work, you should work. But if you're physically unable to, or you mentally, or you are elderly, you shouldn't, you should be supported. That's what it's there for. I worked from 13. I worked after school. And then I went to college at 16, did a year. And then I worked full time from 17 till 35, 36, where I was physically retired physically from, I was medically retired. But when I worked, I was happy to give my tax money to the elderly and to the disabled. That's just the way it should be. We should look after that's just one thing that we do. And Labour to come in and take the money away from the elderly is terrible. But let's not forget, I am with them on means testing it, just not where it is. Millionaires should not be getting that money. Oh, sorry, Dapper. Are you talking about our channel or are you telling me about a channel? But thank you if you are. Oh, thank you. Right, so Tuesday's vote. Right, so they've got a majority of 174 MPs. It's going to get through. Now it's clear he'll be losing it, starting with most pensioners losing it, okay? Unease is bubbling under the surface. So your socialists will not like this one bit, your traditional Labour MPs and voters. This was not in the manifesto, guys. Nobody voted for this. Even the people that voted for Labour didn't vote for this. She announced it, Rachel Reeves, another Fabian, announced this measure in July after they'd got in. I find this really naughty. I don't know of any governments who have done this much stuff when they first got in against their own manifesto. Oh, thank you, Dapper Dog. Are you your first time here? Oh, you've got pooches. I'm just looking at your channel now. New channel. Oh, right. You're a new channel. Oh, yeah, you only opened it a couple of weeks ago. Oh, was you here before then, or? Exactly. It should have been in the manifesto. It wasn't. And all they keep harping on about is, oh, well, we didn't know about the black hole. No, the Office of National Statistics have come out and said to them, that isn't true. We knew this. Everybody knew this. So it's going to be interesting now. It's going to be really interesting on this vote tomorrow. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, has appealed to Labour MPs. So they're going to get a vote on this. So because they've got such a big majority, they're going to get this through. But the MPs have to then go home to their constituencies. This is what they don't like. The MPs, if they vote for it and they get to keep their whip, they get to be in the Labour Party, then got to go home and listen to their constituencies moaning at them all every day. If I will support any MP that goes against this and has a backbone, and they'll be kicked out of the Labour Party. Good. Stand alone as an independent or join Reform, is what I say. Oh yeah, I'll be here with the budget, yeah. And I'm also going to be here for Hugh sentencing. I need to find out the date. But it's going to be Hugh, Horny Hugh. He's going to be sentenced this month. So we want to see that as well. There's lots of things going on. Hang on, I'm just putting my hoodie on. I'm a bit cold now. I keep going on cold. So she's going to be begging her backbenchers to support her. It's going to be really interesting, this vote is, you know, this is the first test of this government. This could literally rip them apart. So she's made a last-ditch attempt, addressing a meeting of the Parliamentary Labour Party in the Commons tonight. She said she was not immune to the arguments, but many of them had made against difficult decision, blah, blah, blah. How come they can take this away from pensions, but they can still give $3 billion a year to Ukraine to blow things up? Who's pumping? One of these two pups. Spark out on the bed. Pumping. Who's pumping? I think it might be little Georgie, because Momo doesn't really pump. Where's our Bev? I want to tell Bev about this new food I found. Yes, it is. I had an old channel called the same. I don't remember your name. Had it 4 years, but deleted it. Oh, so you are new. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. We cover I'm sort of doing a variety channel. Started off as animals. I do a lot of animal shorts and video, and you know, but I also cover a lot of and mostly I try and go for like light stuff, entertainment, what's going on in the news, bit of politics. If I go any deeper, I go on my other channel, The Curious Bunny. But yeah, we cover quite a few different topics. Yeah, Gizmo doesn't really pump, but George, because George is only a baby, he's still getting used to his intestines are all still growing and stuff. I've started a new food and they really like it. So, spokesman for the Chancellor said, "Oh, spokesperson, we can't say man or woman, can we now? Got to be non-binary. It is understood that about 30 MPs are unhappy. However, they are expected to abstain, so they're not going to vote, rather than go against the government. At least 2 of those suspended MPs, former Shadow Chancellor John McDowell and Zara Sultana, that's actually her name, have confirmed they will vote against it." Yeah, they're already suspended for being too far left. Kier Starmer would not say if he would suspend any more MPs for rebelling this time around. That'll be a matter for the chief whip. So we'll have to watch this space. Exactly. You know what's happening as well, don't you, in Ukraine? Just going back to the Ukraine thing. They're blowing it up. And who do you think's going to rebuild it? You're going to see all your bankers coming in. Your Goldman Sachs, your Vanguard, they're all going to come in and rebuild it for them. Watch this space. And they're going to have to take out loans and pay it all back. And what's going to happen is, give it a few years' time. The US, when they've gotten all the, you're all right, Momo, when they've gotten all these loans, right, and they can't pay them back because they won't be able to, they'll take the land. I predict in 10 years' time, Ukraine will not be owned by the Ukrainians. This is all a scam. And I think the Ukrainians are probably fully aware. Why can't they have an election? Because while this constant war is going on, they can't elect. Just like in Israel as well, their elections. I still can't get my head around Starm. What's his name? Not Cunt, what his name is. Yeah. I can't, how is he in power? Like, I can't get my head around it. Just before we go, so the winter fuel fiasco, this is in The Guardian, so this is their own lefty. I know I hate The Guardian, but when I'm going to give you articles, I like to give a broad spectrum. Okay, so lefty, righty, in the middle, sources. Okay, I like to give sources from all different sides, so no one can say I'm being biased one way or the other. I have tried my best to be unbiased during this. Hello, Eyes to See. Why can't I see that comment? But I can see it on my screen, but not on my phone. From Eyes to See. I've had to filter it. They've been murdering children in Ukraine. Yeah, I agree. It's going towards a US military industrial complex. Yeah, Zero. You know, what will happen is when the US or whoever own Ukraine land, because that's what's going to happen, that's just going to create World War III, because Russia are going to have them on their border. Oh, Oprah's horrible. Oprah's bought, what, 10,000 acres? Good night, MK. I'm going to go in a minute. Yeah, Dapper Dog, if you love animals and you like seeing this sort of content with the news and you like a laugh, you'll fit right in here. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. There's probably more as well, but I'll probably cover it in the next stream. The PM, this is from The Guardian, the PM's poor approval rating suggests a tricky road ahead and the Treasury's macho posturing won't help anyone. So should the pensioners' winter fuel allowance be cut? For most people, it's a simple question, though most people's opinion is of no account for the 404 Labour MPs. Now, going down here, right, says here, the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, 22 billion black hole, right? Now, she's going to save, if this cut goes through, which I think it will, no, it's so. The entire 1.3 billion that will be saved on the winter fuel allowance will barely cover 8 weeks spending on the useless HS2. I thought we'd got rid of that. Oh no, we haven't. It's just not as far north. Right. So look at this, guys. Okay. So she's going to take from the pensioners. She's going to take 1.3 billion from the pensioners. She's split the party. And on top of that, they're going to give 3 billion to Ukraine. Make it make sense. 22 billion black hole, right? Stop giving money. No, I don't use that one, Unity calling. I only made that for let me just type my email in for Unity. No, it's still there, but I don't check it very often at all. It's only there. It was there for when I was covering the Nicola Bully case. I do still have it, but I just don't check it probably once in a blue moon. You'll get me on that one. I don't check Twitter messages all the time either. I don't get any notifications. Oh, well, thank you, Dapper Dog. Are you in the UK? I've got a really sore throat tonight as well, so I'm quite croaky. So 22 billion. So they're going to send 3 billion to Ukraine until 2031, and we're on 2024. So that's 7 times 3. Right. So the black hole is 22 billion. Over the next 7 years, we're going to give a total to Ukraine of 21 billion. Do the math, peeps. If they stop giving money to blow other people up in Ukraine, are you in the West Midlands? I'm from Birmingham, Sutton Coldfield originally. I live in Yorkshire now. Can you not hear the accent? Yeah, make it make sense. So, okay, 22 billion black hole, and we're giving 21 billion to Ukraine. So if they stop that, they're only 1 billion short instead of 22 billion short. So instead of stopping the money to Ukraine, oh, well, thank you, Eyes to See. Oh, let's have a look at your channel. I'm going to sub to you. I see you're part of the old FE community as well. I'm also part of that community. I cover it. I have covered it on my other channel. Do you know David Banner? He's from that community. Good old Dave. Oh, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. Jersey Dolphins. Oh, thank you. Yeah, MK Ultra. Oh, thank you. Coventry me, so you're a yam yam. No, Sutton Coldfield. Yam yam's a black country. Yeah, I've not been. Can you hear it? I've not been living there for many, many years. Thank you, Furry, for that. My voice is about to go again. Oh God. Just reading the chat. It does come in. Yeah, he's doing really well. Nice to see. Knows who he is, but he's from the same community. He does come in sometimes. To be honest with you, I've not been streaming. Like my odd streams outside, most people don't come into them. We get more people in these sort of streams. It's only people who really love the animals who like watching me chat shit outside for an hour. Okay, so there you go, right? They exactly up his nose, exactly 0. So I would like to have Ukrainian citizenship. I wouldn't, because they'll probably make you go, Penny, my account is old. 20, yeah, I've just subbed to you. But you're from the FE community, are you not? Going by your avatar. Guys, remember, please hit the like if you enjoy this sort of content. It helps me understand what people like and what people don't like. If you don't like the channel and you're a hater and you just don't like me, feel free to dislike and unsubscribe. This is not a numbers game for me. I don't care about subscribers. My subscribers are from a load of them, I'd say, without all the stupid shorts views. I do like doing shorts, but they gave me like 55,000 subscribers from one short. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm from that community, the FE community. I bet you didn't know that. Hello, Bex. I replied, didn't I? Didn't I? I thought I replied, my lovely. Hello, Cosmic Wartoad. Just been on another live stream. Oh my God, Cosmic Wartoad's cheating on us. Yeah, so there you go, folks. I've just answered all of their problems. There's a 22 billion black hole. I'll start going on camera soon. I've got a new webcam as well. That I can't remember who bought it. Richard, oh God, Richard's going to kill me. 22 billion black hole, and we're giving 21 billion to Ukraine. Instead of taking money away from PIP, because with PIP, right, with disabled benefits, they're trying to give us vouchers instead. Now, at least he didn't meet us to cheat on us. The Conservative government were doing this consultation on taking money away from disabled people and giving them vouchers for stuff. When Labour came in, instead of scrapping the consultation, they went ahead with it. I don't know whether you guys are aware of this. They're trying to take money off disabled people, but no one's talking about that on the news. No one cares. When it's the elderly, hello, Louise, my love. I love David, but I don't love Dave Banner, but he's a good guy. He had cancer. He was getting the all clear when we last spoke. I think it was a week ago. You should do. I do like my shorts, daily. Do you know what? I do the shorts as a way of Isabella's. I do my shorts as just a little cheer up thing, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like, the world's doom and gloom. I started doing them during lockdown and I've carried on. World's doom and gloom. We should all, it's just animals and stuff. That's why I do it. Hello, Marcus. How you doing, my friend? That is so bad doing this government. It's crazy, isn't it, Dapper Dog? So where's all the billions gone to Ukraine so far? How's that done any good? It's just going up in smoke, literally, and killing people. So we're going to give 21 billion to Ukraine, and we're going to take away the winter fuel allowance, and we're going to take away money from the disabled. No one is standing up for the disabled. I will stand up for the disabled. I'm disabled myself. I've got, the last scan, and it's got a lot worse since then. So I've got to go and get some more tests done. Thank you, Lee. I've got no disc at the bottom of my back. Literally, it's bone on bone, and it has been for like 20 years. So my back is very, very damaged. My hips, my sciatic nerve, all been crushed. Oh, I know it is, yeah. I don't know if you heard at the beginning, we were talking about Ukraine. Oh, I know it is. And look at all those labs as well. Just when Russia went in, Zelensky gave the order to destroy a load of labs. They were doing dodgy stuff over there as well. And he admitted it as well. I think he was in a live press conference and something came through. I've seen the clip. Yeah, you'll do well here, Ice, to see. You like my other channel as well. Q's Bunny. Go down rabbit holes over there. I'm still trying to get PIP sorted after renewal. They make it. It's ridiculous. Honestly, at least 50 biolabs. There you go. Jen knows. PIP is so hard to get. It is so hard. And to make it vouchers is just ludicrous. People who aren't disabled don't realise how difficult it is to get anything. But what can you do? This is what they're doing. Keep me away from rabbit holes. Anyway, the beaver shorts are back. We do like a bit of beaver. Do the beaver shorts because the trolls kept saying I was into beavers. So let's do some beaver shorts then. I do the beavers. Yeah, I do Sweet Freedom. Started doing the beavers as a piss take. Did it as a bit of a piss take, and Mouse Nation loved them. I love them. Jen's, do you know, Jen's been here for donkey's years. She left for a bit because she didn't leave, but she had things going on in her private life. Hello, TJ. We still spoke off here, but she's come back onto YouTube. Yeah, Mouse Nation, if you're watching, I love you, lady. Started doing them as a bit of a joke, and then she loves. I just fell in love with beavers. I didn't realise how much I loved them. And then now I started doing them all the time, and then I didn't do them for a bit. I'm starting to do them again now. I do a lot of beaver action. Who doesn't like a beaver? Right now, innuendos are still legal for now. Snowflakes won't last very long on this channel, by the way, because we are not politically correct. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I've been going for nearly 2 hours. You can't beat a nice, cute beaver, Dapper Dog. I agree. Who doesn't like a bit of beaver? I've run out of beaver jokes. Oh, Marco came into a stream the other day when I was at the seaside, you know. Good night, Bellas. Thank you, everyone, again. Please hit the like. Thanks, Maltese. Like if you like the content. Dislike if you don't. If you want to be a hater, feel free to unsubscribe. Did you know the real Starmer is long gone? There is a body double playing Starmer. Really? I need to look at him. I try not to go down too much rabbit holes because on this channel, everyone will just think I'm nuts and turn off. Sid, oh, my voice is so bad. Oh, Sid, thank you, Lynn. You're quite new as well. I tend to do it on the other channel. I do believe in all the cloning stuff, and people laugh at you, but I do. Oh, thank you, MG. Thanks for being here. Does anyone, just before we go, does anyone know when the Jay Slater inquest is going to be? Because I want to cover that as well. How you doing, TJ? It's been a while. Sid is probably one of my first ever subscribers. We love Sid. Sid, I've got this thing again. Hello, Rotherham. How you doing? All the old school are coming in. Good to see you all. Well, Cosmic Wartoad's been cheating on us. Cosmic Wartoad, do they give you a spanner over there? Do they? Do they? Bet they don't. Cheats on us, guys. There's some YouTubers I don't like. I cannot stand harsh. I don't know who they are. Good to hear, TJ. They're all pretending to act as a... Oh, no, you couldn't make it up, could you? But the thing is, I'm trying my best to stay... look at it objectively, okay? I'm trying to look at what Starmergeddon is in 2 months objectively. I think I've tickled Willie. I've got the bug, yeah. I've had it 4 times now. I keep getting it, and so does Jack. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on this year, but I still think it's a spraying. I really do. This is so funny, right? I've got George next to me on his back, legs akimbo, arms up on his back, spark out. It's so cute. Every now and again, it's a little dream, his little leg flick. So cute, so cute, so cute. George is 15 weeks, and he's a miracle dog. And he had his vaccine, and he was fine. Didn't affect him at all. He made Gizmo really poorly. He's got to have his first ones, and then we stop. I don't have any boosters. You don't need boosters, in my opinion, anyway. It's just putting their little immune systems under attack. But I do give the first ones because I think that it's just not worth the risk, is it, of all these doggy diseases going on? Anyway, I'm waffling now, which is very easily done for me. Good night, everybody. It's bell night tomorrow. Hang on, we're out tomorrow, aren't we? Don't know what time we're going to be back tomorrow. I don't know what time we're going to be back. Yeah, more beavers to come, guys. More beavers. Not sure what time we'll be back tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Dapper Dog. Yeah, please come back, guys. Come back if you like us. I might stream tomorrow night because we have the bell practice on a Tuesday, so I might stream tomorrow night. I know you guys like listening to the bells, and I might walk down to the church depending on what time I get back. We can listen to the bells and have a little chill. I'll set up a stream for Friday. We'll probably do a call-in. I know Julius wants one. We'll do a call-in show. I'll choose some topics. I want to keep some topics, otherwise people just call in and just argue. So we'll choose some topics. Oh, really, Jen? That's awesome. And we'll do that. Right, I'm going to go. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for our members for helping the channel. I really, really appreciate you guys. Helps the animals and all the wildlife. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.